Hey there! In today's video, I'm going to show you how to play the clarinet. And here's my clarinet. So this is a professional model B-flat clarinet, but you can get other clarinets which are more affordable. Most clarinets you see will come in the key of B-flat, which means that it's a transposing instrument, so it doesn't sound at the same pitch and it's actually written in the music. You can get smaller clarinets or bigger clarinets. So a smaller clarinet might be an E-flat clarinet and a bigger clarinet might be a bass clarinet. You don't have to spend a lot on a clarinet. You should probably start with a student model, which is typically made of plastic and it's more affordable. This is a professional model, so it's made of African hardwood called grenadilla, and it also has a few other features which are only found on more expensive models. Or another alternative to buying a clarinet new is to buy a clarinet second-hand. If you do buy a second-hand clarinet, then you'll want to have it serviced just to make sure that it's working correctly. It's well worth the money. Typically, a clarinet will come in a number of pieces, so it fits inside the case. So you'll have the mouthpiece, the barrel, the top joint, bottom joint, and the bell. So these all fit together to make the complete instrument. If you do buy a clarinet new, you'll probably get a few other things in the case. Still have the accessories that came with this clarinet. So it comes with a owner's manual, a case carry strap, and a reed. It also comes with, well, this isn't the original one, but it will come with a swab for clarinet, also called a pull-through, because it has a cord on it that you can use to pull through the instrument, and also polishing cloth. I've also added a screwdriver, so you should probably get one of these as well. That's useful for just tightening any loose screws so they don't fall off. And also some cork grease. So it should come with some cork grease, which is useful for ensuring that the cork, which is found on these joints, is moisturized, doesn't get too dry. If the cork does get too dry, then it may tear off, and you don't want that, because then you won't have a seal on the joints. You can get different kinds of mouthpieces. When you're starting, the mouthpiece doesn't really matter too much, but just so you know what's available. So you can get the so-called crystal mouthpiece. This is made of glass. And most pieces are made of a hard resin or hard rubber. So you can just call it plastic if you want. And you'll also notice that the mouthpieces, they have an extra attachment on it to hold the reed, which is called the ligature. The ligatures come in different styles as well, so typically what you get with your clarinet will be a 2-screw ligature, and the screws are on the front of the mouthpiece. But if you wish, you can get a ligature with a single screw, so this is made of leather. So having a single screw is quicker, it's easier to use. And this one is a Vandoren metal ligature, also with a single screw. Generally, mouthpieces come with a protective cap that will just go over the top of the mouthpiece. With the reed there, it ensures that the reed is protected so it won't be accidentally damaged. Just a word of caution. So these plastic mouthpieces, when you wash them, don't wash them under hot water, otherwise they will tend to discolor, as you can see here. This can also happen if you leave it out in the sun, so don't do that. So now that you have your clarinet, let's put it together. The order in which you put it together, it doesn't really matter too much, but I usually start with the bottom and build the instrument upwards. So first of all, you grab the lower joint and the bell. Okay, put those together. I like to ensure that the logo is aligned. Next, you take the upper joint. Now, it's very important that this linkage is correctly aligned, otherwise the notes won't work correctly. So this clarinet has got lines that show you exactly where it needs to align. If you don't have those, you can also use these rods here. Just make sure that they're in alignment and should produce the right result. Next, you attach the barrel. So barrels come in different sizes, and the size of the barrel or length of the barrel determines the overall tuning of the instrument. So as you're playing, the instrument gets warmer, it will tend to go sharp, so you need to make the instrument longer, which can be done by just pulling out the barrel just by 1 or 2 millimeters as needed. Okay. And lastly, it's the mouthpiece. So with the mouthpiece, what you want to do is you want to line up the opening of the mouthpiece with this key here, which is called the register key. So you just look down the instrument. Just checking that it's in alignment. Okay. And lastly, you want to attach the lid. So first, just slip on the ligature. So moisten it first. So when you're placing the reed on the mouthpiece, you want to leave just the tiniest gap so you can see just the outline of the tip at the top. Most mouthpieces will have lines on them which show you where to place the ligature. Generally it should be below the cut part of the reed. Tighten that firmly. And that's how you put a clarinet together. So next I'll show you how to play the clarinet. Okay, so let's learn how to play the clarinet. So, hold the clarinet, you'll notice that there is a thumb rest at the back. So the right hand thumb is used to support the clarinet. Some clarinets also have a hook here where you can use a neck strap. If the clarinet's too heavy, you can use that to support some of the weight. So you'll notice that most of the keys will sit under the fingers. So there are some rings that are around the tone holes in the clarinet, and also there are some other levers that easily reach both fingers. Okay, so just place the fingers over all the holes. So make sure that your fingers are slightly curved when they're sitting on the clarinet. You don't want to play with straight fingers, that's quite a bad habit. Okay, so just hold the clarinet straight down and put it inside of your lips. So you want to put your lower lip slightly over your bottom teeth. The top teeth can bite down gently on the piece. So it's a very small movement when you're pressing keys. You can actually have your fingers over the keys even though you're not pushing them down, and it should sound more or less fine. As long as the holes are not covered, you'll still get a tone. So with all the fingers slightly above the keys, so not pushing the keys down, just blow gently. Okay, so that is what we call an open G. Now if you put all the fingers down, you'll also get a G, but an octave lower. Generally speaking, the pitch that you're playing is determined by the effective length of the instrument. So whenever an open hole is encountered, that is the length that's resonating within the instrument. So with all the fingers down, we get the maximum length, which is coming out from, well, not quite from the bottom, but from the bottom of your fingers here. Now, as you raise your fingers up, the pitch will increase. I should point out that your thumb needs to cover this ring at the back. Okay, so let's just slowly raise your fingers. Okay, all right. Now to go higher in the clarinet, there's this key on the back called the register key, and what this does is it causes the note being played to be a 12th higher. So a 12th is an octave plus a fifth. Unlike the saxophone, which has a similar key, when you push that, most of the notes go up by an octave. So the fingerings are the same. Because this is going up by a 12th, all the fingerings are different. So every note has a different fingering. So let me show you what happens when we go to the so-called break into the upper register. To get better at the clarinet, there are a lot of things you can do. You can play scales, play arpeggios. You should spend a lot of time working on just tones to develop your expression. So you want to say start off with a quiet note and then let it get louder and then come back to quiet. So when you're doing that exercise, you want to make sure that the pitch remains the same. You don't want to have too loose of what's called the embouchure, which is the position of your lips around the mouthpiece. Because if you do that, then the tone quality will suffer and the note will get flatter and then straight. Conversely, if it's too tight, then the tone will be sort of pinched off and the note will go a bit sharp. So it's not a very nice tone. When you're starting, you should probably start on a low strength reed like a number 2. I'm playing on a number 3. So as you develop your air support and you're able to expel air at a higher pressure, you'll need a tougher reed to counteract that force. But conversely, with a tougher reed, you'll be able to more easily play high notes and generally the overall tone will sound better. Speaking of tone, the plastic student model clarinets, they are more affordable and they're fine for learning on. They will not have as good a tone as a wooden instrument. Downsides of a wooden instrument, obviously the wood. If you're playing in a marching band and it's raining, then the rain is not going to be very good for that wood. And also the wooden instrument is heavier. Other things you can do, you can find study books, practice those with a metronome, starting slowly, and as you get better, then you can increase the tempo. And also have a look online for music you can play along with a backing track. There are a lot of tracks available on YouTube that you can play along to. Generally, when you're playing, you should be standing. Obviously, I'm sitting here. When you're standing, it just helps with the breathing. It's just easier to get full breath. As you're playing, when the instrument warms up, it will become sharper, so you just need to adjust. So you use a tuner to check your pitch. You're always looking for a nice sound that's got a steady tone, so not wavering. It's a consistent volume, or at least the volume that's indicated on the music you're playing. And overall, your performance should be effortless. If you're feeling cramped or you're in some weird position, then just adjust your position so it's comfortable. One last thing, you should probably invest in a good clarinet stand. So this particular stand can be compacted so that it actually fits inside of the bell and therefore fits inside your case. Alright, so happy clarinet playing, and let me know in the comments if you'd like me to make any other videos about how to play the clarinet. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.